Under the starlit sky, Agrabah sleeps, its dome shimmering in the moonlight. A sense of peace and mystery settles over the silent city. Aladdin dashes across the rooftops with Abu holding tight to his shoulder. His white pants and violet vest flutter in the wind as they move like shadows. Aladdin's gaze is intense, following the charcoal lines of an ancient map. He seeks a path beyond the familiar walls of Agrabah. Beneath the moonlit sky, Princess Jasmine stands silently, her long hair shimmering against her embroidered robe. Her gaze lifts to the stars, sensing a shift in the air. From the palace veranda, the Sultan watches Jasmine, his heart swelling with gentle pride. Beneath the starlit sky, Aladdin and Abu reach the silent boundary of a sunken ruin. Pillars lean wearily, mosaics lie broken, swallowed by the desert's relentless embrace. A crumbling archway yawns open, beckoning them into the heart of encroaching shadows. Abu squeaks nervously as Aladdin lights a torch. They prepare to descend into the chamber. Aladdin and Abu venture into the sunken chamber, torchlight dancing across the weathered stone. In the silent depths, the midnight lantern hovers above a stone pedestal, bathing the chamber in a soft, ethereal glow. Its brass frame is covered in swirling script. Abu reaches out, his touch igniting the lantern. Light shimmers across the walls, revealing the hidden carvings. Jasmine stands frozen, her necklace suddenly ablaze with light. She lifts the necklace, a crest glowing faintly at its center. The Sultan's eyes widen, recognizing the glow of Jasmine's necklace. Aladdin clutches the pendant, its royal sigil mirroring the secrets he now carries. As dawn breaks, Jasmine stands thoughtfully beside her father on the palace balcony. Meanwhile, Aladdin and Abu sit on their rooftop haven. Aladdin holds up the pendant to the rising sun, its surface shimmering with soft light. Beneath the sands of Agrabah, something ancient awakens. The Agrabah marketplace bursts with life as vendors and shoppers erupt through the crowded marketplace. Aladdin threads through the marketplace, his grip tight on the pendant. Jasmine stands before her father in the opulent throne room, sunlight illuminating the scene. She holds a glowing necklace, its ancient crest pulsing with majestic light. Father, I'm concerned about this ancient crest on the necklace. Far outside Agrabah, Aladdin stands amidst the desert, returning to the sunken ruin. He studies the map and the pendant, seeking a hidden connection. Aladdin studies the ancient carvings to try and find the secrets of the pendant's origin hidden in the sunken ruins. Back in the palace, Jasmine sits amidst towering shelves of ancient texts where she is deep in concentration. She pores over aged parchments, hoping to unlock the secrets of the royal crest. Later that night, high above Agrabah, Aladdin and Abu sit on a rooftop, the city lights twinkling below. Aladdin asks, "Did you see anything unusual, Abu?" Abu chatters, mimicking the stealthy movements of someone sneaking. Aladdin's expression hardens. "Guards? Near the palace walls? I knew it. Something's not right." In the tranquil palace gardens, Jasmine moves silently, her presence barely stirring the stillness of the night. Moonlight weaves through ornate archways, painting the gravel paths with shadows that twist and turn. She holds the necklace, its ancient crest shimmering softly in the dim light, a beacon of forgotten secrets. A sense of unease settles in her stomach as she contemplates the mysteries hidden within its depths. Something felt off that night in Agrabah, as the ancient power awoke. Aladdin and Jasmine's fates are surely about to intertwine. Fear not, citizens, I shall.
In a land where buildings whispered secrets, a young brick named Bricky dreamed of standing tall. He asked the wise old oak, "How do I reach the sky?" Oak chuckled, "It's not height, but strength within." Bricky, puzzled, watched as the wind swayed oak, yet it stood firm. One day, a storm raged, and Bricky saw the tallest tower crumble, while Oak stood strong. "Roots," Oak said. "Not height. Keep me grounded." Bricky realized, it's not about reaching the sky, but staying rooted. Embrace your roots and you'll stand tall. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
The night sky is an endless expanse, with countless stars twinkling in harmony with the lullaby. From beyond the horizon, a tale begins. Far beyond the sleepy shores lives Captain Lulu, a brave little pirate girl. Under the moon's gentle glow, the snuggly squid floats on the still sea. Lulu, smiling confidently, stands at the helm, her loyal companion Patch perched firmly on her shoulder. Patch squawks, his voice echoing through the ship, "Treasure ahoy!" "Or is it snack time, Captain?" Lulu laughs, her eyes gleaming with adventure. Both first mate Patch, but first we must find the moonlight treasure. An old map unfurls, glowing with magic. The map reveals the Isle of Giggles and Tickle Trench. The legend speaks of a treasure hidden by moonbeams, only seen when the stars sing lullabies. The ship glides effortlessly across the Sea of Dreams, its passage marked by a trail of sparkling waves. Above, the clouds dance in the starlit sky, their shapes shifting into faces that giggle silently. "Left at the giggling clouds, right at the Tickle Trench," Patch calls out, his voice filled with playful urgency. Lulu's excited shout cuts through the wind. "Hold on tight, we're sailing into the Sea of Dreams." A shimmering sea star flips onto the deck. Captain Lulu, Sea Star. The moonlight treasure is real, but beware of Captain Crank. Inside the dimly lit snuggly squid, shadows dance across the kelp-covered furniture. Patch exclaims incredulously, "Crank? That grumpy gumdrop," Sea Star warns. "He guards the treasure with tickle traps and jellybean whirlpools." Dramatic music swells as the snuggly squid is drawn towards a swirling vortex of vibrant jellybeans. Lulu shouts, "Hold the wheel, Patch, we're swirling into sweet danger." Patch retorts, "I prefer salty snacks." The snuggly squid emerges into the lagoon, the water shimmering with eerie bioluminescence. In the distance, a funky pirate ship shaped like a giant candy cane bobs gently. The candy cane ship floats eerily on the water. Under a canopy of stars, Captain Crank's ship floats on the ocean, the gentle rocking of the waves a constant rhythm. A voice pierces the night. Captain Crank, with a beard made of marshmallows and a voice like a squeaky trumpet. Captain Crank, jolted awake, bellows, "Who dares disturb my snoring? I was dreaming of pickles." Beneath a starlit sky, the deck of Captain Crank's ship bobs gently, its ropes groaning softly. Lulu stands tall, announcing with unwavering resolve, Captain Lulu. I seek the moonlight treasure." Captain Crank scoffs derisively. To find it, you must pass the test of the Great Giggle Gauntlet." Navigating a maze of endless laughter, Patch is overwhelmed by tickling feathers and squeaky steps. Too much giggling. "My feathers are in a fluster," Patch cries, his voice barely audible over the din. Lulu stands beside Patch, her eyes reflecting unwavering resolve and a mischievous smile playing on her lips. "We can do this, one giggle at a time," Lulu declares, her voice echoing with confidence and playful challenge. Lulu and Patch enter the Giggle Gauntlet, their laughter echoing through the maze. With boundless energy, they jump their giggles filling the air. They duck and weave, their agility turning the gauntlet into a symphony of playful motion. Their laughter is the constant soundtrack to their adventure. At the maze's core, a treasure chest of starlight and clouds materializes from nowhere. You did it. The treasure is yours. In the maze's heart, Lulu heaves open a chest, dust swirling in the dim light. Her eyes widen at the sight. It's stories, glowing, floating bedtime stories. Patch exclaims, "Ooh!" Tales of dragons, cupcakes, and dancing socks. A treasure chest ascends into the night sky, scattering stardust that dances among the constellations. The chest drifts higher, a beacon of wonder against the velvet darkness. Lulu found something better than gold or jewels the sky, full of dreams for every sleepy child. Under the serene moonlight, the ship glides toward the horizon. Patch sleeps soundly in his hammock, undisturbed by the gentle rocking of the ship. Lulu fights off sleep at the helm, her hand steady on the wheel. The snuggly squid is bathed in a soft, dim light as shadows sway gently with the rhythm of the sea. Amidst the cushions, Lulu, a small plush toy, sits silently. Lulu whispers into the night, "Good night, stars. Good night, sea. Good night, you, wherever you may be." The immensity of the starry sky fades into the comforting ceiling of a bedroom. Lula's spaceship becomes a cherished toy on a shelf. A child radiates joy, snuggling deeper into bed, a wide smile illuminating their face. The room is cast in gentle twilight, shadows weaving across the walls as a quiet hush settles. A voice whispers, "Sleep well, little explorer. The adventure continues in your dreams." Good night.
In a mystical forest, a tiny seed named Celia awoke, eager to grow. She met an old tree who whispered, "To become a tree, you must follow the cycle." Celia sprouted roots, then leaves, feeling the sun's warmth. But a storm loomed, testing her strength. "Stay strong," the tree advised. Celia endured, growing taller. Suddenly, she realized she was not just a tree, but a home for birds and shade for travelers. The cycle was life itself, ever-changing. "Embrace your journey," the tree smiled. And so, Celia thrived, knowing every end was a new beginning. Like, subscribe, and comment.
In a mystical forest, colors danced in the air, painting the world with emotions. Each hue had a feeling: blue for calm, red for passion, green for growth. One day, a curious chameleon named Hugh wanted to find the color of being. He asked the wise old oak, "What color is it?" The oak whispered, "It's within you." Confused, Hugh journeyed through the forest, meeting creatures who shared their colors. At last he realized the color of being was a blend of all colors, a reflection of his heart. Embrace your colors and hit the like button.
In a land where colors danced in the sky, an engineer named Lumi discovered a magical material. This material, when applied to buildings, changed colors to reveal hidden weaknesses. One day, a storm threatened the village. Lumi's invention glowed bright red, warning everyone. They quickly reinforced the structures, preventing disaster. The villagers celebrated Lumi's brilliance, but as the sun set, the material shimmered, revealing a hidden message. True strength lies in unity. The villagers realized it wasn't just the invention, but their teamwork that saved them. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. Once upon a time, in the mystical ocean, Coral, named Coralina, dreamt of touching the sky. She whispered to her friends, "Let's build a tower." They giggled, "Why?" Coralina replied, "To see the stars." So they stacked themselves, creating a vast reef. Fish danced around, amazed by the beauty. One day, a wise turtle said, "Your tower helps us all. It shelters us from storms." Coralina realized her dream had a greater purpose. The reef became a haven, a testament to unity and dreams. Remember, dreams can have unexpected gifts. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a faraway desert, a lonely seed dreamed of becoming a lush oasis. It whispered to the wind, "Help me find water." The wind, amused, swirled around, guiding the seed to a hidden underground spring. As the seed sprouted, animals gathered, marveling at the miracle. "You are the heart of the desert," they cheered. But the seed, now a grand palm, realized its true gift was sharing life. Suddenly, the palm shimmered, revealing it was a fairy in disguise, teaching the desert the power of unity. Remember, true strength lies in sharing. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
Once upon a time, a tiny seed dreamed of becoming a magnificent tree. It fell on rocky soil where it struggled to grow. Nearby, a proud flower boasted of its beauty. "You'll never thrive here," it sneered, but the seed persevered, sprouting roots deep into the earth. One day, a storm came, uprooting the flower. The seed, now a sturdy sapling, stood firm. "Strength comes from within," it whispered to the wind. As the sun set, the sapling realized its dream, teaching that true growth comes from resilience. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
Once upon a time, in a land where mountains kissed the sky, there lived a wise old tree named Elder. Elder had seen many seasons and whispered secrets to the wind. One day, the ground began to tremble and the animals panicked. Elder calmed them, saying, "Fear not, for the earth dances to remind us of its strength." As the shaking stopped, a hidden spring emerged, bringing life to the valley. The animals rejoiced, realizing that sometimes chaos brings new beginnings. "Remember," Elder smiled, "even in turmoil, beauty can bloom." Hit the like button to support us.
Emma skips down the path in the middle of the neighborhood, her bright enthusiasm lighting up the morning.
I love my neighborhood. Everyone here is so kind, and I always have something fun to do.
Her colorful dress flows around her as she moves, a testament to her joyful energy. The schoolyard pulses with life as Emma appears, her spirit already weighed down.
Look at Emma's shoes, they're so old. Bet she couldn't even buy new ones if she tried.
Lily's friends burst out laughing, making Emma feel even worse.
Why do they always say things like that? Why can't they just leave me alone?
Emma sits alone by the school garden, lost in her thoughts as tears well up. She curls up, looking for comfort in being alone.
I don't know how to make them stop. Maybe I'm just not good enough.
In the school garden, Mrs. Wren approaches Emma with a basket of fresh flowers and a gentle smile.
Hey there, Emma. You look like you could use a little company. Mind if I sit?
Emma, surprised, nods in agreement.
Emma, you should know that people say hurtful things sometimes. But it doesn't mean that the words they say are true. You are very special, just the way you are. I've seen how brave and kind you are.
Mrs. Wren extends a flower to Emma, a symbol of hope and encouragement.
Maybe I am special. Maybe I can be brave.
Emma walks onto the playground, bold and proud. Her gaze cuts through the whispers as she passes Lily, a silent challenge in her eyes. There are whispers following her, lots of negative comments that she doesn't care about.
I don't need their approval. I know who I am.
Lily watches Emma stride towards the swings, a mix of admiration and regret in her eyes. Emma settles onto a swing, her movements fluid and self-assured. Lily's doubts continue, but she gathers herself and goes up to Emma.
Hey, Emma. I'm sorry for what I said before. You're really strong, and I was wrong.
Emma smiles, accepting Lily's apology.
It's okay. We can all be strong together.
The two girls join the other children. As the sun sets, the playground fills with laughter. Emma, surrounded by friends, radiates happiness. The schoolyard glows under the setting sun. Sometimes, the hardest part of a challenge is believing in yourself. But when you find the courage to stand tall, you'll see that the world is full of friends waiting to stand with you.
In a land where the moon never set, animals gathered to marvel at its glow. A wise old owl, curious about the moon's secret, flew up to ask, "Why do you never rest?" he inquired. The moon chuckled. "I stay to guide lost souls home." Inspired, the owl shared this with the forest. One night, a lost star fell, and the moon's light led it back to the sky. The animals realized the moon's sacrifice. From then on, they promised to help others find their way. Remember, even the smallest light can guide you home. Hit like and subscribe.
In a mystical land of numbers, 6 was always wary of 7. "Why are you afraid?" asked the wise owl. "Because 7, 8, 9? 6 replied, trembling. The owl chuckled. "But 9 is safe, just hiding in the forest of infinity." One day, 6 ventured into the forest and found 9 playing with 7. "Join us," 7 invited. 6 hesitated but joined the game. They laughed and played, realizing 7 was just hungry for fun, not numbers. The morale: fear often comes from misunderstanding. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In the deep blue sea, a young shark named Finn was puzzled. "Why must we keep swimming, Grandpa?" he asked. Grandpa Shark chuckled. "It's our way, Finn. We breathe by moving, just like you sing to feel joy." One day, Finn stopped swimming to rest. Suddenly, he felt breathless and scared. A wise turtle swam by, whispering, "Keep moving, little one, and you'll find your strength." Finn swam again, realizing movement was life. He learned that sometimes to survive, you must keep going, even when tired. Remember, little dreamer, keep swimming through life's waves. Hit like, subscribe, and comment.
Once upon a time, in the deep blue ocean, lived a curious little fish named Finny. Finny loved exploring the ocean's mysteries. One day, he discovered a magical current called upwelling. This current brought rich nutrients from the ocean's depths to the surface, feeding plankton, which in turn fed the entire marine life. Finny was amazed at how this invisible force supported life. But the twist: Finny realized he was part of a grand cycle, and his actions mattered. He learned the importance of balance and respect for nature. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us, Finny whispered.
In a hidden forest, a tree stood alone, forgotten by time. Animals whispered tales of its magical powers. One day, a curious squirrel named Nutty decided to investigate. As Nutty climbed, the tree spoke, "Find my heart, and you'll discover your true self." Nutty found a glowing acorn nestled in the branches. Suddenly, Nutty transformed into a wise old owl. The tree chuckled, "True wisdom comes from within." Nutty realized the importance of self-discovery. The tree's secret was safe, and Nutty, now wise, shared tales of wisdom. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a quiet village, a curious fox found an enchanted mask. It promised wisdom to those who wore it. The fox, eager to be the wisest, put it on. Suddenly, he could understand the whispers of the wind and the secrets of the forest. But the mask grew heavy, and the fox realized he couldn't remove it. Desperate, he asked the wise owl for help. True wisdom, the owl said, is knowing when to let go. The fox nodded and the mask vanished. He learned that wisdom comes from within. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment.
In the land where the ground never thawed, a wise old fox named Frosty roamed. He spoke to the ice beneath, learning its secrets. "We are permafrost," it whispered, holding ancient tales and keeping the earth steady. One day, a curious rabbit named Tumble stumbled upon Frosty. "Why is the ground so cold?" Tumble asked. Frosty chuckled. "It's our Earth's blanket, keeping treasures safe." Suddenly, Tumble found a glowing seed. "Plant it," Frosty urged. As Tumble did, a magical tree sprouted, warming the land. Sometimes the coldest places hold the warmest surprises, Frosty smiled. Hit like, subscribe, and comment.
In a cozy living room adorned with Easter decorations, Harper, a 7-year-old girl, scribbles in her notebook with determination.
I'm going to trap the Easter Bunny tonight. I'll finally prove he's real.
She grabs a flashlight and bunny ears, her small hands gripping them tightly. Bathed in soft candlelight, Harper, adorned with bunny ears, gently sets a carrot-shaped candy near the fireplace.
This will totally work.
Hidden behind the couch, Harper clutches a flashlight, her gaze fixed with eager anticipation. A cardboard box trap stands ready, promising a night of playful surprises. In the quiet room, Harper crouches, bunny ears slightly askew.
Any minute now.
A soft, magical glow fills the room, signaling an extraordinary arrival. The Easter Bunny hops into the room, his white fur radiating a gentle light. He approaches the carrot candy, pausing to sniff the air with curiosity. With a playful chuckle, he leaps effortlessly over the trap. His twinkling eyes lock onto Harper's hiding spot. The living room bathes in an ethereal glow as Harper, eyes wide with wonder, cautiously peeks over the couch. The Easter Bunny hops closer, a gentle tap on her cheek.
I knew you were clever, Harper, but some things are best believed in without needing to see them.
Harper, eyes shining with wonder, gently cradles a sparkling Easter egg. The Easter Bunny smiles warmly at Harper, a silent acknowledgement of her newfound belief. With a final gentle wave, the Easter Bunny leaps towards the newly formed portal. The Easter Bunny vanishes into the night, leaving behind a shimmering trail of magic.
I believe now.
Sunlight floods the living room as Harper clutches the sparkling egg.
I knew you were real, Easter Bunny.
Out the living room window, you could see the Easter Bunny's handiwork.
Harper, a 7-year-old girl, stands in front of the mirror with her whole attention. It's almost time. She tests the strength of her loose tooth by giving it a playful wiggle. Her tooth pops out with no pain. Harper sits at her desk, lost in thought, as she sketches a tooth fairy trap design in her notebook. The fact that her room is a jumble of different trap designs, which shows how focused her obsession is. The sketch reveals a tiny bed, candy as bait, and a string leading to a bell. This is gonna work. In the dim light of her bedroom, Harper prepares a clever trap, her eyes gleaming with determination. She ties the last piece in place by attaching a string to a bell. Now she is ready to catch her magical prey. I'm going to catch the tooth fairy. The night sky glows with countless stars, the full moon bathing the house in its gentle light. Bathed in soft, magical light, the tooth fairy enters Harper's room. A delicate figure with shimmering wings, she hovers above Harper's bed. She pauses, admiring the candy. The bell rings as the tooth fairy touches the candy. Harper's eyes snap open, filled with awe. The tooth fairy freezes midair, caught in the trap. She looks down at Harper with an amused expression. Harper jolts awake in her bed, eyes wide with excitement. I did it!
You caught me, little one, but you're so clever. I'll make sure you get something special for your effort.
The tooth fairy offers Harper a small glowing coin that shimmers with magic.
This is for being so clever and for believing.
Harper's face lights up with a wide smile as she clutches the magical coin tightly in her hand. The tooth fairy waves goodbye, her wings shimmering with stardust.
Sweet dreams, Harper.
Morning light gently awakens Harper, filling the room with a soft glow. She opens her hand, revealing the coin, now sparkling with renewed brilliance in the fresh light. Sunlight bathes Harper's bedroom as she stands by the window, a new coin shimmering in her hand. A gentle smile lights up Harper's face, reflecting a moment of pure joy. Her parents enter, their faces etched with love and curiosity, drawn to their daughter's quiet happiness. Harper stands, gazing out the window, her eyes shining with anticipation. Her face shines with excitement as she anticipates the adventures ahead. Next, I am going to trap the Easter Bunny.
Once upon a time, in a land of towering peaks, a mighty mountain named Helia stood proud. She was admired by all creatures for her majestic beauty, but Helia was vain, boasting of her strength and grandeur. One day, a wise old owl warned her, "Pride comes before a fall." Helia laughed, dismissing the owl's words. Suddenly, the ground rumbled, and Helia erupted in a fiery display. The creatures fled, and Helia realized her pride had blinded her. As the dust settled, she learned humility, understanding true strength lies in kindness. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and comment.
Golden light filters through the dense forest as Jax ventures deeper into the unknown. Lost in wonder, he pauses, captivated by a butterfly's delicate dance. Panic sets in as Jax realizes he is lost. The towering trees now seem menacing. He pulls out his phone, hope fading as he sees there is no signal. Uncertainty clouds his face as he hesitates, unsure of which path to take. Taking a deep breath, Jax continues his journey, determined to find his way back. The forest grows darker, sunlight struggling to penetrate the dense canopy as Jax ventures deeper. Jax glances around, his concern mounting as he realizes the forest is changed. He checks his phone again, his hope fading with the absence of a signal.
Hello? Is anyone there?
The forest grows darker, its trees gnarled and twisted as a soft mist creeps along the ground. The sound of rushing water fills the air, hinting at hidden depths. Jax stops, sensing movement nearby, his heart pounding in anticipation. A towering figure emerges from the trees, a massive Bigfoot, standing 11 feet tall. The Bigfoot is covered in thick, dark brown fur, its presence both fearsome and gentle. In the forest clearing, Jax freezes, his mouth agape in astonishment. The Bigfoot kneels, extending a calm gesture. Despite its immense size, the Bigfoot's eyes convey surprising gentleness. A profound realization dawns: the Bigfoot isn't a threat. The full scale of the Bigfoot is revealed, its presence commanding the forest. A sparkling creek winds through the woods, a serene contrast to the creature's imposing figure. The Bigfoot gestures toward the creek, offering silent guidance. A path along the creek bank promises a route toward a clearing. As Jax figures out what the thing is saying, he nods and his eyes light up with understanding. Jax begins walking cautiously toward the creek, his gaze darting back to the Bigfoot. A silent guardian shadows Jax through the dense forest, maintaining a watchful distance. Jax observes the Bigfoot's movements, noting its effortless grace and respect for the forest. The Bigfoot moves with fluid steps, a silent protector ensuring the forest remains undisturbed. The forest yields to a meadow, bathed in the fading gold of sunset. Jax strides confidently, his gaze drawn upward to the towering figure beside him. He steals glances at the Bigfoot, awestruck by its silent power and wisdom. A subtle smile plays on Jax's lips, gratitude blooming in his heart. At the meadow's edge, the Bigfoot pauses, its gaze softening as it looks down at Jax. With a final, lingering look, it slowly turns, melting back into the dense trees. Jax watches it disappear, a mix of sadness and gratitude washing over me as the forest reclaims its mysterious guardian. Jax turns toward the path, a profound respect and awe filling his heart as he heads home. Jax emerges from the forest, stepping onto the familiar streets of his town as the sunset bathes the sky in vibrant hues. The golden light of the setting sun casts long shadows down the streets, illuminating the path ahead. Jax steps into his house, the door creaking open. He pauses, a sense of peace washing over him.
Sometimes, the greatest heroes are the ones you least expect.
In a sun-drenched attic, Jax, an 11-year-old boy, explores forgotten stories among dusty books and relics. Jax finds a book entitled The Secret of Atlantis, whose title sounds like it will be exciting. An ancient map slides from the pages, revealing secrets long hidden. Jax examines the map, his eyes widening at the sight of a sunken city.
Could this really be it? Atlantis, the lost city? It's real.
A grin spreads across his face as he grabs a magnifying glass, eager to explore further.
I knew it. There was definitely something suspicious about that book. And now look at me. I'm going to be the first person to find Atlantis.
He gets a magnifying glass and leans in closer to look at the map. He's so focused on the map to hear the floorboard creak and fall, throwing him to the floor with a loud thud.
Well, maybe I should check the attic for more books first, before I check the floor. Ouch! Time to set sail for Atlantis.
Jax stands at the bow of a small boat, eyes fixed on the horizon. The calm, sparkling blue ocean stretches out before him, promising adventure.
Atlantis is out there. I know it. And I'm going to find it.
The boat tilts precariously, threatening to capsize. Jack spots a comically large backpack on the other side of the boat. He grabs the backpack, a mischievous grin spreading across his face.
Well, can't forget the snacks. It's a long ride, right? Gotta keep my strength up.
He shoves the bag under the seat, his focus shifting back to steering. With the boat stabilized, Jack steers onward, undeterred. Dark clouds gather, signaling an approaching storm. The sea churns restlessly. The wind howls, and the ocean turns into an enormous storm with huge waves. Waves crash against the boat, threatening to consume it.
This is not how I imagined Atlantis. Where's the calm sea?
A towering wave rises menacingly, but the ocean mysteriously parts before the boat, as if guided by an unseen force. Jax just stands there with wide eyes, amazed and confused, as he sees something that can't be true.
What? Was that the ocean itself? Okay. I'm starting to think Atlantis has seriously got some strange superpowers.
Jax's boat arrives at a mist-covered shore. Its outline was just barely visible through the thick fog. Jax steps onto the shore, his boots sinking into the damp earth. He ventures into a thick, wooded forest, where old trees are twisted into scary shapes. A faint glimmer of golden ruins hints at a forgotten civilization hidden within the trees. The ruins shimmer, promising secrets buried deep within the earth. Jax's eyes widen with wonder as he takes in the sight of the enchanted city.
Okay. Not a single person told me about this part of Atlantis. Looks like I'm not just uncovering a city. I'm diving straight into a fantasy novel.
A whoosh pierces the forest air, and a glowing butterfly dances around Jax.
Whoa. I'm like a walking tourist attraction for magic creatures. I'll have to charge admission.
Jack steps into a clearing, revealing a breathtaking golden city, partially submerged in shimmering water. Tall spires rise dramatically from the water, leaving behind signs of a glorious past. Jax's jaw drops in awe at the sight of the golden city.
This is it. Atlantis. It's real.
Jax steps forward, drawn to the smooth golden stones. Jax ventures further into the golden city. An unexpected stumble sends Jax sprawling towards the fountain. Jax lands face first in the water.
Well, that's one way to make an entrance. Who needs a red carpet when you've got fountains?
Jax journeys into the heart of the city, where an ancient temple looms, guarded by statues of mythical creatures. The temple doors are big and heavy, and they have carvings of sea serpents and other mysterious figures on them. Jax grins, his eyes shining with anticipation.
All right. Let's see what secrets you've got behind door number 1.
With a determined push, Jax forces open the ancient temple doors. The doors groan open, revealing a flood of golden light that washes over Jax. A radiant being emerges within the temple's heart, its form both human and sea creature. A golden trident gleams in its grasp, a symbol of power and mystery. Shafts of light pierce the gloom of the ancient temple, illuminating dancing dust in the air.
Who dares to enter the sacred halls of Atlantis? What brings you here, young one?
I came to learn the secrets of Atlantis and, protect its treasures.
In the heart of the ancient temple, the guardian's eyebrow arches, a smirk dancing on his lips.
Protect it, eh? Well, let's see if you can even figure out what's inside. Answer this riddle, if you dare.
The guardian advances, his trident casting an eerie glow that warps the air itself. The floor shifts beneath Jax, a magical maze materializing from the depths. Walls of pure energy surge upwards, trapping Jax within the labyrinth's embrace.
Great. A maze. Just what I need. Is it too late to go back to the boat?
Panic sets in as Jax rushes through the maze, walls closing in. Jax steps onto the hidden plate, solving the ancient riddle. The ground trembles as a section of the wall silently slides away. Jax enters a grand chamber, where an enormous crystal glows with mysterious energy. The crystal pulses, showing visions of Atlantis past. The visions reveal the people of Atlantis consumed by greed. Sunlight floods the grand chamber, illuminating the air as Jax stands in awe and silence.
Atlantis fell because people lost their way, but we can protect its legacy if we learn from it.
The crystal pulses with chaotic light, casting eerie shadows across the grand chamber. The ground shakes violently as an ancient curse erupts, its power shaking the chamber. Stone crumbles and falls, signaling the chamber's imminent collapse. Above, the sky darkens ominously, swirling clouds forming a menacing vortex. Jax sprints through the grand chamber, dodging falling debris as the room crumbles around him.
Okay, this isn't part of the plan. I really hope there's a good exit strategy to this place.
The chamber collapses further, dust and stone raining down as Jax continues his desperate flight. The ocean churns violently outside the temple, signaling Atlantis' final descent. Atlantis sinks further, succumbing to the relentless pull of the sea. There is a whirlpool that looks like it could swallow everything. The whirlpool spins faster, pulling everything towards the abyss. Jax sprints with desperate speed toward the boat, water rising around him. The whirlpool threatens its churning waters reaching for Jax. Jax's heart pounds as Atlantis succumbs to the encroaching sea. Jax jumps into the boat, his movement swift and decisive. He unties the ropes with ease. The boat lurches violently as Jax steers it away from the whirlpool's deadly grasp. The boat escapes the massive vortex. The storm recedes, leaving calm waters bathed in the warm embrace of the setting sun. Jax sits at the helm, the sunset painting the ocean with hues of gold and crimson. The memory of Atlantis lingers in his eyes. A quiet sense of accomplishment washes over him as he surveys the vast expanse. As the sun descends, the sky explodes with color, and Jax gazes thoughtfully at the ocean's vastness. Jax carefully folds the map.
Atlantis was real, but the greatest treasure wasn't gold. It was the lesson and the journey.
The beautiful golden light of the daybreak makes Jellybean Valley look calm. The sky is painted with vibrant oranges and soft blues. There are fields of dazzling jelly beans in all colors that go on forever. Along the distance, huge candy cane trees stand guard, like sweet guardians. As Jax wakes up in his cozy jellybean house in a valley, the morning sun casts a warm glow over him. He stretches and yawns, his jellybean body wobbling slightly as he greets the day. Jax grabs a small lunch pail, ready for an adventure. He waves to a nearby jellybean bird, its cheerful chirp echoing in the valley. The path to the jellybean mine unfolds, lined with candy cane fences and jellybean bushes. Jax journeys down the shimmering path of jellybeans, each step a colorful bounce. When Jax goes through a syrup waterfall, the sticky liquid sticks to him for a short time before falling away, leaving a sweet smell behind. He arrives at the mine entrance, which is a big archway cut into a big jellybean rock. Candy crystals sparkle above him. An adventurous grin spreads across Jax's face, eyes wide with anticipation. From inside the mine, Jax can see a secret world, thanks to the soft glow of the light on his helmet. The walls burst with color, lined with hundreds of jelly beans. Crystals shine like gems, which adds to the magic of the mine. Rows of jelly beans await harvesting on the soft ground. Jax gets ready to pull out a shining jelly bean from deep inside the jelly bean mine. With focused determination, Jax taps at the base of the glowing jelly bean. The jelly bean pops free, rolling gently down the path. Jax's helmet light flickers as he continues his work. Jax works tirelessly in the jelly bean mine, surrounded by other miners. The miners diligently gather jelly beans, filling their baskets with vibrant colors. The mine buzzes with activity, the colorful jelly beans reflecting light across every surface. A cheerful hum fills the air as everyone works together. Deep within the jelly bean mine, Jax gently sets his colorful harvest into a large wooden crate. A jelly bean butterfly flutters past, its wings shimmering with every color imaginable. Jax smiles, watching the magical dance of the butterfly as it adds a touch of wonder to the mine. After a long day in the mines, Jax goes into a hidden tunnel. When the path opens up, it leads to a cave filled with huge jelly bean treasure chests whose surfaces shine. The cavern floor shimmers with sugar-coated pebbles, adding to the surreal glow. Jax approaches a treasure chest, a golden key sparkling in his hand. The lock clicks open, revealing not gold, but a mound of magical jelly beans. The jelly beans glow, shimmer, and float, filling the cavern with pulsating light. Jax's eyes widen, reflecting the wonder of the magical discovery. Jax carefully gathers a handful of magical jelly beans, looking forward to the tasty treats they will make in Jelly Bean Valley. As the sun sets, Jax leaves the mine, the sky transforming into a deep blue canvas dotted with sparkling stars. The air cools as Jax walks along the path, the jelly bean bushes glowing softly in the moonlight. The Jelly Bean Valley transforms into a magical realm at night, filled with twinkling lights. Humming a tune, Jax returns to his cabin, Jax's jelly bean body casting a soft glow on the path. Jax pauses, glancing back at the mine, a sense of accomplishment washing over him. Under the serene moonlight, Jax pauses, casting one last look at the tranquil valley. Jax's smile is a quiet promise of more exciting things to come. When Jax goes to his cozy house to rest, the thought of the exciting things that will happen tomorrow fills the air. In the quiet of night, Jax climbs into his cozy bed, wrapped in a blanket. Jax sleeps peacefully, a faint smile gracing his lips as he dreams of jelly bean adventures. Outside his window, Jelly Bean Valley slumbers beneath a canopy of twinkling stars.
Lily, a 7-year-old girl, ventures into the depths of the lush forest, her untamable red hair dancing in the sunlight. A melodic sound lures her down a hidden path, where sparkly flowers line her way. The path opens to reveal the Rainbow River, a dazzling stream of swirling colors. Sunlight dances through the mist, painting the river with 1,000 colors. The air is thick with the scent of rain and jasmine.
Is this real? A river made of rainbows?
At the Rainbow River, Lily kneels, her fingers dancing in the water. The colors swirl like a galaxy around her, each drop a tiny twinkling star. A tiny fish with a glowing orange fin leaps from the water, winking playfully at Lily. Sunlight floods the unknown place.
Okay, fishy, I get it. This place is awesome.
Lily steps into the river, the water radiating a fiery glow. As her feet meet the water, a jolt of energy surges through her. Lily raises her arms, commanding the forest with newfound power. A massive log rises into the air, defying gravity. A squirrel watches with a judgmental glare, unimpressed by the display.
You're not that impressive. I can jump higher than you.
Lily focuses intently, then raises her arms, sending the log hurtling across the Rainbow River. A squirrel stares in awe at the incredible sight.
Take that, squirrel.
Lily steps into the river, and the world transforms into a vibrant orange. A surge of energy courses through Lily as she begins to float effortlessly. Lily jumps with glee, her face radiant with pure joy.
I can fly. I can fly.
Lily soars through the air, circling the trees with playful abandon. A bird squawks in shock, startled by her sudden appearance.
Hey, this is my airspace.
Lily stands awkwardly, a sense of uncertainty hanging in the air.
Oops. Sorry. I'm still learning the rules.
In the depths of a dark, spooky castle, an evil sorcerer gazes intently at a crystal ball, a vision of the Rainbow River swirling within. An evil sorcerer, cloaked in shadow, stands before a raging river, a malevolent grin spreading across his face.
That river is too powerful for anyone to have it. It's mine now.
The sorcerer gestures, dark energy gathering into the crystal ball. The river within the crystal ball fades, its vibrant hues dissolving into nothingness. A sorcerer shrouded in darkness stands at the river's edge, reaching out to harness its power. The river responds to the sorcerer's dark intentions, its surface churning with ominous energy.
With the river's magic, I'll become the most powerful sorcerer in the world. No one will be able to stop me.
Lily enters the yellow section, and the world transforms into cheerful sunshine. A warm, giggly sensation bubbles up inside her, and she starts laughing uncontrollably. Lily is overcome with joy, tears streaming down her face as she clutches her sides.
This is the happiest power ever.
Lily dances, her laughter echoing through the forest. A grumpy-looking rabbit rolls his eyes. A lone rabbit sits, twitching its nose, as giggling echoes nearby.
Oh, great. Now there's a giggling human.
The sorcerer stands over the dark crystal ball, its river now devoid of sparkle. Eerie green smoke fills the evil sorcerer's lair as bubbling potions cast long shadows.
It's working. Soon, all of the colors will be mine.
Lily, sensing a shift, turns toward the Rainbow River. She races toward the river's heart, her determination burning brightly. Lily steps into the Rainbow River, ready to embrace the magic. The river responds to her presence, colors swirling around her like playful spirits. With each passing moment, the hues intensify, enveloping Lily in a vibrant embrace.
I won't let you take this magic away.
The Rainbow River explodes with vibrant colors, signaling the end of the sorcerer's spell.
How did she?
The river surges with power, its dark energy washed away by a wave of rainbow light. The river shines brighter than ever before. Lily, breathless with excitement, turns to her companions, her face radiant with joy.
The river's magic is back. We did it.
Lily spins, her laughter echoing through the air as rainbow colors swirl around her. Lily stands in the light, a triumphant grin spreading across her face.
I guess I'm kind of a hero now.
In a quiet village, young Lily found mysterious bruises on her arms. Each night she whispered to the moon, "Why me?" One evening, a talking owl appeared, saying, "The bruises are from your dreams, where you battle shadows to protect our world." Lily gasped, "I'm a hero." The owl nodded, "But only if you believe in your strength." That night, Lily dreamt of defeating the shadows, waking up bruise-free. She learned courage comes from within. Remember, sometimes our battles are unseen, but our strength is real. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a hidden glade, the crystal garden sang with the wind. Each crystal flower chimed a unique melody, enchanting all who listened. One day, a curious rabbit named Thistle hopped in, drawn by the music. "What makes you sing so beautifully?" he asked. The flowers whispered, "It's the harmony of kindness and patience." Thistle, eager to learn, tended the garden with care. Over time, he noticed his own heart singing with joy. But one day, a storm shattered the crystals. Thistle wept, but the garden whispered, "True, music lives within you now." Remember, true beauty comes from within. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a land where stars whispered secrets, a curious squirrel named Nibbles discovered a magical mirror. This mirror could show the true face of anyone who looked into it. One day, a mysterious fog covered the forest, and all creatures forgot each other's faces. A panic spread, but Nibbles had an idea. He led everyone to the mirror. As they gazed, their faces reappeared in their minds. The twist? The mirror was just a reflection of their hearts. They realized true recognition comes from within. Remember, the heart sees what the eyes cannot. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a village, mirrors were believed to reflect hidden spirits. One day, a curious rabbit named Luna found a mirror in the forest. She saw not just her reflection, but the wise owl speaking. "Seek your true self," it said. Luna embarked on a journey, meeting a proud peacock and a humble tortoise. The peacock boasted, but the tortoise listened. Luna realized her reflection showed her inner spirit. She returned wiser, knowing humility reveals true beauty. The mirror cracked, releasing a gentle light. "Thank you," whispered the spirits. "Remember, true beauty shines from within." Hit like, subscribe, and comment.
In a lush forest, a wise old owl named Luna noticed the animals were restless. They rushed, never stopping to enjoy the beauty around them. Luna decided to teach them about balance. She gathered them and said, "Intentional living is like a dance. You must find your rhythm." The animals listened, and soon they began to slow down, savoring each moment. Suddenly, a mysterious tree sprouted, bearing fruits of happiness. The twist? Only those who lived intentionally could see it. Balance brings unseen rewards, Luna smiled. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. In a mystical forest, there was a peculiar pond. It shimmered like liquid, but felt solid when touched. Curious animals gathered, whispering tales of its magic. A wise old owl declared, "This pond teaches us balance." One day, a proud fox boasted, "I can walk on water." He leapt, only to sink halfway, stuck between liquid and solid. The animals laughed, but the owl hooted, "Pride traps us in illusions." The fox learned humility, realizing true strength lies in understanding. As the moon rose, the pond glowed, reminding all of nature's wonders. Hit the like button and share your thoughts.
In a mystical forest, a young squirrel named Nutty struggled with chaos. His acorns were scattered, and his nest was messy. One day, a wise old owl advised him, "Create a routine, Nutty. Organize your acorns and tidy your nest daily." Nutty followed the advice, setting a schedule. He found more time to play and explore. One day, he discovered a hidden grove filled with golden acorns. The twist? The grove only appeared to those with disciplined hearts. Nutty learned that structure led to unexpected treasures. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. In a village where flowers whispered secrets, lived a shy squirrel named Nutty. Nutty feared speaking in front of others, so hiding behind acorns. One day, a magical acorn promised him confidence if he shared his stories. Nervously, Nutty gathered the animals and began. As he spoke, the acorn glowed and his words flowed like a river. The animals cheered and Nutty felt a warmth inside. The twist? The acorn was just a regular one. Nutty's courage was within him all along. Remember, true magic lies within. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a land where flowers whispered secrets, a curious pollen named Pippin dreamed of adventure. One day, a gust of wind carried Pippin to a village where people sneezed and sniffled. Pippin was puzzled. "Why do they react this way?" he asked a wise old oak. "It's their body's way of protecting them," the oak replied. Pippin realized he was part of a magical dance between nature and humans. With a twinkle, he decided to spread joy instead of sneezes. And so, Pippin's gentle touch turned sneezes into laughter. Remember, even small things can bring big changes. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
Once in a magical forest, a pencil named Scribble believed it was the cleverest of all. "I can draw my own conclusions," it boasted to the wise old owl. Curious, the owl challenged, "Can't you draw a path to the moon?" Scribble tried, but his lines fell short. A gentle breeze whispered, "True wisdom lies in knowing your limits." Scribble realized it needed help and asked the owl for guidance. Together, they sketched a bridge of stars. Scribble learned that cleverness is not just about what you can do alone. Remember, teamwork makes dreams work. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
In a quiet room, shadows danced under the bed. Little Timmy was curious. One night, he peeked beneath and found a tiny kingdom of shadow creatures. They were sad, for they had lost their glow. Timmy offered his nightlight, and the shadows began to shimmer. In return, they gifted him a magical pebble. "This will light your path," they whispered. Timmy learned that sharing brings unexpected joy. As he drifted to sleep, the pebble glowed softly, a reminder of his new friends. Remember, kindness can illuminate even the darkest corners. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. In a hidden forest, a silver bell hung from an ancient oak. It rang only for those pure of heart. Animals whispered about its magic, but none dared approach. One day, a curious squirrel named Pip, with a heart full of wonder, climbed the oak. As he touched the bell, it chimed a melody so sweet, the forester bloomed anew. But the twist? Pip realized the bell's magic was not in its sound, but in the courage to seek it. From then on, Pip shared his tale, teaching bravery and kindness. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. In a lush, magical forest, a tiny seed named Sprout dreamed of becoming a grand tree. Sprout was often sad, comparing itself to towering oaks. One day, a wise old squirrel told Sprout, "Gratitude is the sunlight for growth." Sprout began to thank the rain, the soil, and even the wind. With each grateful thought, Sprout grew stronger. One morning, Sprout noticed it had become the tallest tree in the forest. The twist? Sprout realized it was never about height, but the joy of appreciating every moment. Remember, gratitude can transform your world. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
A 3D map of New York City in the early 1600s opens up, looking like an antique piece of parchment. Alex, a small, curious child, points excitedly at the map. A friendly guidebook appears, its pages fluttering with anticipation, and he begins to tell his tale.
Long ago, in the early 1600s, people first arrived in this bustling land we now call New York. They built small houses made from wood and stone, each with its own story. But little did they know, these tiny homes were just the beginning.
A bustling street in the late 1800s comes to life, filled with carriages and steam-powered trains.
Can you guess which building was built the first? The Woolworth Building.
Alex stands wide-eyed, marveling at the sight of the city.
The 1800s brought a big change. People began building taller and taller buildings. They used steel, strong enough to hold entire cities in the sky. And then, the skyscraper was born.
The New York skyline of the 1930s unfolds, dominated by the majestic Empire State Building. Alex stands on a rooftop, gazing up at the towering skyscraper in awe. Guidebook appears beside Alex, ready to share the story of this iconic landmark.
In 1931, something incredible happened. The Empire State Building was finished, and it was taller than any other skyscraper had ever been.
People on the streets looked up in amazement, as if they were trying to reach the stars.
At 1,054 feet, it was the tallest building in the world, and for a while, it was a symbol of what could be achieved.
The skyline changes again to modern day, and the sun shines on its futuristic glass buildings which reflect the future. Alex stands among a group of architects, their sketchbooks open as they marvel at the cityscape. Look at how New York's skyline has changed. Today, the city is filled with glass buildings, but the architects have also learned how to be kind to nature. Green roofs, gardens, and even wind turbines now sit on top of some of New York's tallest structures. As the sun sets, the Freedom Tower stands tall, casting long shadows over a peaceful city.
The Freedom Tower was built to remind us of our strength. It stands in honor of those who were lost, but also as a beacon for the future of New York, a city that never forgets its past, but always looks forward.
Alex stands beside the tower, a soft, proud smile upon his face. The skyline shifts once again into futuristic towers of shimmering glass pierce the clouds, powered by the sun's energy. Below, the streets pulse with life as diverse people move together in harmony. The skyline transforms into a constellation of twinkling lights, reflecting future innovations.
And so, Alex, we have come to the end of our adventure. But remember, New York's story is still being written. Every day, new ideas are shaping the city's future. Who knows what amazing building will rise next? Maybe it's your turn to create the next great building in New York.
The city glows peacefully under the night sky, a crescent moon watching over its dreams. Alex waves goodbye to Guidebook, a gentle farewell to the day's adventures. Alex climbs into bed, finding solace under the soft, warm blanket.
Good night, Alex. And good night, New York. A city that never sleeps, but always dreams.
In a vibrant town park, Lucas and Sam's laughter fills the air as they race towards the swings. Their friendship shines as they approach the swings, ready for more adventures. Lucas and Sam sit on a bench, sharing lunch and laughter. A shadow falls over Lucas as Ethan approaches, his presence casting a dark cloud over the carefree moment.
Why do you talk like that? You don't belong here. People like you don't play with us.
Lucas stands alone by the playground fence, the swings creaking in the wind. Lucas begins swinging slowly, his face a mixture of confusion and sadness.
What's bothering you, my love?
Ethan's hurtful words.
Maria listens attentively, her expression a mixture of love and concern. In the softly lit room, Maria tenderly holds Lucas' hands, her eyes radiating warmth and love.
Lucas, my darling, the world may not always understand you, but you are so special. Your heart, your voice, and your dreams are unique. And that is something to be proud of. Never let anyone make you feel small because of who you are.
The next day, Lucas enters the classroom, his face set with determination. Ethan watches Lucas. His expression is a mix of curiosity and apprehension.
You know, being different isn't something bad. It's what makes me, well, me.
Lucas stands tall, his eyes meeting Ethan's with pride. Ethan steps forward, looking sheepish.
I'm sorry, Lucas. I shouldn't have said those things.
Lucas nods, accepting the apology with a smile. The two shake hands, a new bond forming between them. Other kids offer their apologies, and the atmosphere becomes lighter. In the town park, children gather to celebrate their cultures as the sun sets. The park transforms into a vibrant tapestry of unity and joy. Under the open sky, Lucas dances among his friends, including Sam and Ethan, their laughter echoing through the park. New faces join the dance, their stories weaving together in a vibrant tapestry of joy and love. The air vibrates with joyful energy, each shared moment a celebration of friendship and unity. Lucas laughs, twirling freely, his arms wide in an uninhibited expression of self. There's a calm feeling that wraps around Lucas and his friends, and the air is filled with hope. Lucas smiles, his eyes sparkling with confidence. His friends surround him, their faces mirroring his joy. Lucas and Sam are walking home from school, sharing stories and laughter. The duo stops abruptly as they witness older kids bullying a younger child. Lucas and Sam confront the older kids, demanding they cease their taunting. Lucas sits in bed, deeply absorbed in a book about diverse cultures, a smile lighting up his face. He gently closes the book, the soft thud resonating in the silent room. He reaches over and plunges the room into darkness. A wave of gratitude washes over him as he thinks about his diverse community. Beneath the open sky, Lucas sits surrounded by stacks of books, lost in the pursuit of his family's past. His face lights up with a smile as he unearths forgotten stories of his ancestors. A wave of pride washes over Lucas as he connects with the legacy of his lineage. Inside the bustling community center, Lucas dedicates his time to organizing a food drive driven by a shared commitment to support families in need. Volunteers from all walks of life unite, their diverse backgrounds blending into a single, powerful force for good. The air is filled with a sense of purpose and unity as the volunteers work together, their efforts embodying the spirit of community. Under the bright sun, Lucas plays basketball with his friends. They laugh and cheer each other on, celebrating their differences and their shared love of the game. Bathed in the sun's gentle glow, the kitchen radiates warmth as Lucas watches his grandmother begin the evening meal. The air fills with the rich aroma of spices as she shares the ancient tales behind each ingredient. A profound sense of belonging washes over Lucas, grateful for the unbreakable bonds of family and tradition. The next day at a parade, Lucas proudly carries a banner, celebrating unity in diversity. He smiles, waving to the crowd, feeling the warmth of community. As the sun dips below the horizon, Lucas and his friends gather on a bench, bathed in the warm glow of the setting sun. The sky explodes with vibrant colors as they share dreams of a brighter future, their voices filled with hope and determination. United by friendship and shared values, they clasp hands, a symbol of their commitment to building a more inclusive world.
Sunlight pours into the enchanted library via stained glass windows. Friendly librarian Alara gestures around the room, inviting everyone to explore. There's a smell of old paper and unwritten stories in the air, calling out to young explorers. While Leo and Maya walk down the aisles, they look up at the tall books with wide eyes. Maya looks up at the tall books with amazement as she walks down the hallways.
Welcome to our magical library, a place where every book holds a new adventure.
Sunlight floods the library, casting long shadows across the towering bookshelves. Alara stands amidst the silent rows, her forehead wrinkled with worry. She points urgently at the empty spaces, and an unspoken accusation hangs in the air. Leo and Maya approach, their faces etched with worry as they survey the scene. Alara's gesture highlights the missing volumes, a stark reminder of what has been lost. Sunlight floods the library as Alara gathers the children around a table laden with books. Alara tells the children how books keep coming up missing.
So, our initial thought was bookworms.
The children respond with a chorus of agreement, their voices filling the room.
But we found evidence of a more deliberate theft. It wasn't just nibbling.
Alara enters the library, her gaze sweeping over the towering shelves. She walks along the shelves, her fingers gently trailing along the spines of the ancient books. Alara's eyes narrow, her expression shifting to concern. She stops quickly when she notices that something is missing from the shelf. As she digs into the book next to it, she finds a folded piece of paper tucked deep inside. Sunlight floods the library, casting a golden glow on the ancient books. Alara and the children gather around a large wooden table, their faces lit with curiosity. A note filled with cryptic symbols lies between them, a puzzle waiting to be solved. The children whisper excitedly, their voices hushed with anticipation. Alara makes a precise and knowing motion as she points to a pattern that keeps happening. The hidden message starts to give away its secrets, dropping hints that make you want to know more. The knot reveals that within the old library, there is a secret room that calls out to be explored. Alara, Leo, and Maya enter the library, their eyes searching for any sign of the secret room. As they go deeper into the library, the silence makes their search stronger. They run their fingers along the spines of old books, questioning each book. There is hope in Maya's eyes as her hand brushes against a secret latch. Alara looks into the dark spaces behind worn-out tapestries to find solutions. Leo looks at a bookshelf and presses his fingers against an odd-looking book. The weight of the books shifts as Leo presses harder, revealing a hidden mechanism. A section of the bookshelf slides open, revealing a dark passage. Alara, Leo, and Maya exchange excited glances, the secret room now within reach. Sunbeams illuminate the library as dust swirl in the light. Children gather, their eyes wide with curiosity. They push against a bookshelf, their small hands straining. Ancient wood in the cabinet groans. A hidden passage appears. A staircase descends into the unknown. Alara, Leo, and Maya venture down the staircase, ready to face the unknown. Dust swirls around them as they enter a long-forgotten room. Shelves filled with ancient books stand as silent witnesses to centuries of secrets. The weight of history presses down on them as they look at all the books. The secret room is revealed to be a safe place where information is carefully kept. Each object is a clue, a piece of the complicated puzzle that needs to be put together. The room is like a time capsule. It holds the secrets of a long-ago age. The air is still, as if holding its breath, waiting for the truth to be revealed. The room holds stories that have been lost, and time has kept their secrets safe. The missing books are more than just volumes. They are keys to unlocking the past. The room shows how powerful secrets can be. Their effects can be felt throughout time. The clues are scattered like breadcrumbs, leading to the heart of the mystery. For people who want to learn, the room is a safe place, and anyone who is brave enough can discover its secrets. The missing books hold the answers, their pages whispering the truth to those who listen. The room is a maze of secrets, and all of its turns and twists lead to the big reveal. Ancient books line the walls, their secrets waiting to be rediscovered. The hints are like mosaic pieces. Each one is necessary to finish the picture. The room is a gateway to the past, its secrets waiting to be unlocked and shared with the world. Clues hint at the existence of a secret society. Their history hidden within these walls. The air is thick with mystery, each object holding a piece of the puzzle. Dust dances in the sunlight, illuminating the forgotten corners of the room. The room whispers tales of clandestine meetings and hidden agendas. A sense of anticipation hangs heavy, the secrets of the society about to be unveiled. The missing books stand as silent witnesses, their pages filled with forbidden knowledge. The room gives off an air of secret, and no one knows what it's used for. In the dimness of the secret room, dust swirls in the light, illuminating Alara's face as she uncovers secrets. The kids get closer together, and their eyes show that they are both scared and interested in what's going on in the room. Alara follows the worn-out lines on a map. Her fingers are shaking from the weight of stories that haven't been told yet. The documents reveal the secret society's sacred mission, to protect ancient knowledge from destruction. Sunlight streams into the secret room, illuminating the dust dancing in the air. She pauses, her fingers tracing the spine of one book, feeling the weight of history. Alara stands before the children, their faces filled with curiosity. Ancient books line the walls, their leather bindings cracked with age.
Today, we look into the heart of our society. We are the guardians of stories, the keepers of words.
Alara gestures to the books, her voice filled with reverence.
For generations, we have dedicated ourselves to preserving literary heritage, ensuring that these tales are never forgotten.
Alara walks towards the bookshelf, her fingers trailing along the spines of the ancient books. Sunlight streams into the secret room, revealing dust swirling in the air. When Alara talks to the kids, she makes strong movements and her voice rings with passion.
It's not enough to simply know about these artifacts. We must protect them. They are a part of our history, our story.
The children listen intently, their expressions a blend of awe and seriousness.
With this knowledge comes responsibility, a heavy one.
Alara, Leo, and Maya work together to get the library back in order. They carefully put each book back on the shelves. Leo carefully moves a heavy book to its proper place, making sure it fits perfectly with the others. Maya gently guides a thin book into place on a higher shelf as she reaches up to put it there. Sunbeams break through the library's silence and shine on Alara, Leo, and Maya as they read old books.
We all understand the gravity of this.
The Society's mission. It's bigger than any of us.
We swear to keep it secret, to protect the library's treasures.
Agreed. This promise binds us.
Then it is settled.
Sunlight floods the library, illuminating countless books as Alara stands between Leo and Maya. Dust dances in the air, creating an ethereal atmosphere around them.
Each book in this library holds a universe of its own. Stories of heroes, villains, love, and loss. They're all waiting to be discovered. This library isn't just a place of knowledge. It's a place where magic comes alive, where imagination takes flight.
Sunlight floods the library, illuminating countless books. Alara sits surrounded by ancient books, the scent of old paper filling the air. Alara traces the worn cover of a leather-bound book, lost in thought.
Our literary heritage is a treasure, a bridge to the past, a guide for the future. To preserve it is to preserve ourselves and the joy of reading. It's a journey without end, a conversation with the greatest minds, a sanctuary for the soul.
Captain Puddlebeard's eyes widen in terror aboard the Soggy Duck. The pirate ship, the Soggy Duck, is tossed violently by monstrous waves.
Is that a puddle?
Captain Puddlebeard, in his ridiculous gold coat and precarious hat, clings to a deck chair. A rubber duck floats by, its gaze seemingly mocking the captain's plight.
I didn't sign up for this. Pirates don't swim. I didn't know pirates had to get wet.
The chair slips, and Captain Puddlebeard tumbles backward into the unforgiving waves. A fleet of rubber duck pirates sails the calm ocean, each duck sporting an eye patch and a tiny pirate hat. Captain Puddlebeard peeks from behind a barrel, squinting into the vastness.
Brave little quackers.
Quack! A droplet of water lands on Captain Puddlebeard's face. He shrieks, startled by the sudden splash. Captain Puddlebeard squints, spotting a giant wave.
Here it comes. Brace for impact.
Quack, quack. Quack. Captain Puddlebeard dives under a pile of treasure chests. The wave turns out to be a small ripple. Captain Puddlebeard emerges, soaked, struggling to maintain his composure.
What was that? Fine. I'll sail, and I'll sail proudly.
The ship lurches violently, sending him flying. He lands squarely on a rubber duck.
You can't just leave me here.
Captain Puddlebeard holds up a rubber duck, a mischievous glint in his eye.
Okay, Captain Ducky, let's test your water skills.
Captain Puddlebeard, with rubber ducks attached to his ankles, begins a bizarre dance in the water.
I'm a pirate who dances in the sea now.
The ship tilts dangerously, on the verge of capsizing. Captain Puddlebeard races towards the edge, determined to save himself. His boots betray him on the slick deck, sending him tumbling.
Prepare for a rescue. I will save myself from this watery doom.
He plunges headfirst into the sea, a splash echoing his dramatic exit. The ducks erupt in a chorus of cheers, celebrating his unexpected plunge. He emerges, soaked but triumphant, waving a rubber duck like a trophy.
The water, it's not so bad.
A duck delivers a final splash, a playful reminder of his soggy predicament. Captain Puddlebeard swims clumsily through the murky water, unaware of the danger lurking below. A dark shadow comes up from the depths and blocks the light over the captain.
Is that a shark?
The goldfish responds with a dismissive blub.
I'll never trust that goldfish.
The ship embarks on its journey, slicing through the ocean's surface with determination. Captain Puddlebeard stands tall at the helm, a bright yellow rubber duck perched atop his head.
I'm ready for this adventure.
A colossal wave engulfs the ship, drenching Captain Puddlebeard in a sudden deluge. He sputters, momentarily losing his grip, but quickly regains control with a determined glare.
It's just water, right?
Triumphantly, he raises his rubber duck high above his head, a beacon of unwavering spirit. Inspired by their captain's infectious zeal, the crew erupts in a joyous, unified quack. Captain Puddlebeard, soaked to the bone, strikes a pose.
From now on, I'll embrace the sea. A pirate's life for me.
He gives a dramatic bow, then slips and falls face first into a puddle.
Well, maybe just the dry parts.
The ship sails on, fading into the darkness. The pirate who was afraid of water. A cheeky rubber duck winks at the camera. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
This is Harper, a cheerful 7-year-old girl who lives in a vibrant neighborhood full of colorful houses and smiling faces. Her days are filled with laughter and adventure as she bounces around in her golden curls, helping her friends with their chores, playing hopscotch and waving to everyone she meets. As the sun begins its slow descent, casting long shadows across the pavement, Harper's thoughts turn to the evening's adventures. For when the moon replaces the sun, Harper doesn't just play the role of a helpful neighbor. She becomes a confident superhero by night. Her mission: to protect her city from any robot uprising or intergalactic invaders who might try to take over while everyone is sleeping. She changes into her custom-made neon green suit that shimmers under the moonlight. A utility belt holding an array of gadgets and tools is buckled around her small waist. Over her heart, a large golden star-shaped emblem shines brightly, a symbol of hope and courage for the people of the city. And don't forget her cape, which billows behind her like a cloud as she flies through the night sky, determined to make her city a safer place for all. With a determined look on her face and fists held high, Harper, also known as Goldilocks to the city's younger residents, leaps from rooftop to rooftop, her eyes scanning the horizon for any signs of trouble. Suddenly, she spots a gang of mischievous robots causing havoc in an abandoned amusement park, their metallic laughter echoing through the empty funhouse. These robots, with their glowing red eyes and oily black bodies, were notorious for their love of pranks, often targeting the city's infrastructure, shorting out traffic lights, tangling up phone lines, and generally wreaking havoc. But they hadn't counted on Harper's quick thinking and lightning-fast reflexes. with a mischievous grin spreading across her face. Harper wasted no time in devising a plan to outsmart the robots. Leaping into the air, she executed a series of playful dodges, flipping and twirling to avoid their grasp. One moment she was soaring high above their heads, and the next she was at ground level, darting between their legs. The robots, taken aback by her unexpected moves, found themselves flat-footed as Harper danced around them. Their metallic jaws dropped in surprise as they tried in vain to catch the agile young hero. But Harper wasn't just evading their grasp, she was having fun. She giggled as she led them on a merry chase through the park's roller coaster track, her laughter echoing through the deserted amusement park. Finally, reaching the Ferris wheel, Harper paused, turning to face her robotic pursuers. With a twinkle in her eye, she struck a pose, challenging them to do their best. Then, as if in slow motion, she began to dance. It was a strange sight, the robots frozen in place as they watched Harper pirouette and leap, her movements as graceful as a ballerina, as fluid as a seasoned gymnast. And then something unexpected happened. As Harper twirled and leaped, the robots began to move, not in pursuit, but in rhythm. Slowly, almost hesitantly, they began to dance along with her, their metallic limbs moving in surprising harmony, their gears whirring in time with her steps. The sight of these clunky, oily robots, swaying awkwardly yet endearingly, was too much for Harper. She burst into laughter, her joy echoing through the empty park. And in that moment, something shifted. The animosity that had been brewing between Harper and the robots evaporated, replaced by a shared laughter that echoed through the silent amusement park. The robots, no longer menacing, seemed almost human in their ungainly attempts at dancing. Harper, her laughter subsiding, looked at the robots, a new understanding dawning on her. They weren't just mischievous or malicious, they were lonely. With a wave of her hand, she signaled for them to follow. Leading them through the moonlit city, Harper took the robots to an all-night diner, where over cups of steaming cocoa, they shared stories and laughter. By the end of the night, the robots, no longer enemies, were part of Harper's story, their metallic bodies glinting in the morning sunlight as they joined her in a rooftop picnic. The city, bathed in the warm glow of dawn, seemed to sigh in relief. Its slumbering citizens none the wiser to the adventures that unfolded after the sun set. As the first rays of sunlight peeked over the horizon, bathing her room in a soft golden light, Harper slipped out of her suit, folding it neatly before placing it in her closet. The mischievous grin still playing on her lips, she raced downstairs, eager to start her day. As the aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the kitchen, she helped set the table, her mind already on the day's adventures. With a final wave to her parents, she was off, bounding down the street, her laughter echoing, ready to face whatever challenges, mischief, or even intergalactic invasions came her way. This has been Harper, the pint-sized powerhouse who proves that even the smallest of heroes can have the biggest of hearts. If you liked this story, don't forget to show your support. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and remember, even superheroes need cookies.
Sunlight dances through the tall trees as a gentle mist weaves through the ferns. At the forest's edge, Arya, a 10-year-old girl, stands poised, her gaze fixed on the mysteries within.
Have you ever heard of the talking waterfall? They say it whispers secrets about the world, about nature, and even about us. Today, I'm going to find it and share its magical story with you. Come on, let's go!
Arya ventures along a narrow forest path where towering trees cast long shadows. Sunlight filters through the leaves, creating dancing patterns on the forest floor. The forest resonates with the sound of birds chirping. Arya skips along the path, her boots crunching the leaves.
Look! It's the rare silver fern! They say it only grows near the talking waterfall. We're getting closer, I can feel it!
Arya steps into a clearing, revealing a magnificent waterfall cascading down jagged rocks. Mist rises from the pool below, creating rainbows that dance in the sunlight. The surrounding trees arch protectively around the waterfall, as if guarding a sacred place. Arya gasps in awe, her eyes wide with wonder at the sight before her.
This is it! The legendary talking waterfall. It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
She moves slowly and carefully as she puts her notebook down on a nearby rock. Arya kneels by the water's edge, her gaze fixed on the cascading water. Sunlight catches each droplet of the cascading waterfall, turning the air into a prism of light. There are faint whispers over the roar, like the water is telling secrets. Arya sits near the water's edge, her face tilted towards the sound. Lost in concentration, the whispers intensify, growing clearer, more distinct.
Can you hear it? The waterfall is speaking. It's saying that everything in nature has its purpose. The trees, the rocks, even the animals, they all have a story. And we have to listen.
Arya stands by the waterfall, her image reflected in the tranquil pool below. As she looks into the water, her face is calm. She closes her eyes, inhaling deeply, finding peace in the moment.
I've been coming to the forest my whole life, but I never truly listened. I was always in a hurry and busy, but today, the waterfall taught me something important. Nature talks, and if you are quiet enough to hear her, she will show herself to you. It taught me to slow down, to listen to the whispers that surround me, and to appreciate every small moment.
At the waterfall's edge, Arya watches as the sunset bathes the sky in vibrant hues. With a warm, inviting smile, Arya turns to the camera, ready to share her discovery.
Nature has so many secrets to share, and sometimes all we need to do is listen. I found the talking waterfall, and now it's your turn. Find your own magical places, whether it's a quiet forest, a calm beach, or even just a little patch of flowers in your backyard. Go out, listen, and find your own whispers of wisdom. They're waiting for you!
Arya stands alone by the waterfall, a small smile gracing her face as the sunset casts a golden glow.
Remember, the world is full of magic. You just have to listen closely enough to hear it. See you next time.
In a faraway galaxy, a curious star named Twinkle wanted to know what a nebula was. She asked the wise old comet, who said, "A nebula is a magical cloud where stars are born." Twinkle imagined a nursery for stars, filled with laughter and light. One day she ventured into a nebula and met a tiny starseed. "Will you help me shine?" it asked. Twinkle nurtured it with her light, and soon the seed blossomed into a brilliant star. Twinkle realized that helping others shine made her glow even brighter. Remember, kindness makes us all sparkle. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us. In a hidden forest, a wise old tree whispered secrets of peace to a restless squirrel. Breathe deeply, the tree advised, and let the wind carry your worries away. The squirrel, curious and eager, followed the tree's advice, feeling lighter with each breath. As the stars twinkled above, the squirrel found a magical acorn that glowed with a calming light. "This is the gift of tranquility." The tree smiled, but when the squirrel shared it with others, the acorn vanished, leaving behind a sense of peace in every heart. Remember, true calm comes from within. hit like, subscribe, and comment.
In a land where birds whispered secrets, a wise owl named Oliver discovered a peculiar song. The song, sung by mockingbirds, seemed to control the thoughts of the forest creatures. Curious, Oliver sought the source. He found a hidden cave where a magical harp played the tune. The harp, enchanted by a mischievous fox, aimed to manipulate the forest. Oliver, with his wisdom, played a counter-melody, freeing the creatures. The fox, realizing his folly, promised to use his magic for good. Sometimes the sweetest songs hide the darkest secrets, Oliver mused. Hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment to support us.
Sunlight drenches Zara's room, highlighting her whimsical inventions as she prepares for flight. Zara, the inventor, adjusts a bolt on her Zara Zoom 9000 jetpack. Mr. Pudding, the orange cat, watches from his velvet throne. Zara's determination hardens as she declares, "Today is the day." Zara's bedroom ceiling transforms, petals unfurling to reveal the boundless sky. With a burst of rainbow smoke and the whir of a jetpack, Zara blasts off into the whipped cream clouds. A swirl of glittery energy envelops Zara, pulling her into a donut-shaped wormhole. Blast off, Zara plummets into a vibrant candy jungle, a surreal landscape of sugary delights. Candy cane trees sway gently, their stripes gleaming in the sunlight. Jelly beans hang like ripe fruit, their colors shimmering enticingly. The ground bounces softly, an endless marshmallow beneath her feet. Gumbo, a squeaky gummy worm, bursts from a licorice bush. "Welcome, you fell from the sky like a spicy meatball." Gumbo squeals. Zara and Gumbo approach a castle constructed of colossal chocolate chip cookies. One tower droops, resembling a melting ice cream cone. Gumbo declares, "The Fizzy Fizzlers stole the peppermint power pebble." And Zara knew this was a job for an inventor with gumption. Through the candy caves, Zara tiptoed. In the distance, a smart licorice snake slithers down a gumdrop hill. Zara outsmarted the licorice snake with a fizz cube to lure the snake away from the path. That's what adventurers do. Zara whispers to Gumbo, "That's what adventurers do. They think fast and fizz faster." Meanwhile, in the jelly bean jungle, the Fizzy Fizzlers bounce around. The Fizzy Fizzlers and the Fizzler General join the dance, their movements absurd and joyful. The Fizzler General, with googly eyes, shouts, "You'll never get the pebble! We challenge you to a dance battle," shouted Zara. Zara unleashes a whirlwind of break-dancing moves. Gumbo counters with a mesmerizing display of the worm. The Fizzy Fizzlers attempt the floss, their efforts hilariously undermined by slippery feet. The General's triumphant dance leap is foiled by an unexpected soda puddle, and he begins erupting in laughter. "Okay, okay," the General laughed. "You win. Take the peppermint power pebble." Back at the Cookie Castle, Zara restores the magic by plugging the peppermint power pebble into the candy crown. Magic sparkles ripple across the jungle, revitalizing the once wilted landscape. Trees perk up, and chocolate rivers gleam with renewed sweetness. Queen Chocotina declares, "You've restored sweetness and balance." Queen Chocotina raises a candy cane high above Zara, ready to bestow an honor. With a grateful heart, Queen Chocotina thanks Zara. "Thank you for saving our kingdom." Queen Chocotina gently touches Zara's shoulders with the candy cane, bestowing the honor of knighthood. Zara kneels, accepting the honor with grace. Gumbo stands, smiling, filled with pride at Zara's accomplishment. Zara embraces Gumbo tightly, a moment of profound connection amidst the vibrant jungle. Gumbo hands Zara a shimmering jelly bean, a token of remembrance. Eat this if you ever want to return. Behind Zara, a bubble-shaped portal shimmers into existence. Mr. Pudding, adorned with a bright pink donut floaty, waddles towards the unknown. With a final step, Mr. Pudding disappears into the shimmering portal. Zara lands gently in her bed, exhausted but content. Her jelly bean glows softly on the nightstand, casting a warm light. Mr. Pudding snores softly, a comforting sound in the quiet room. Zara snuggles into bed, ready for sleep. Tomorrow, she'll build a submarine toaster. Adventure can wait until morning. Zara closes her eyes, dreaming of Jelly Bean Jungle.
In a mystical forest, a curious squirrel named Zippy discovered a glowing, silent carriage. It moved without horses, powered by the whispers of the wind and the sun's warm smile. Zippy, intrigued, hopped aboard. As the carriage glided, it sang a song of clean air and happy trees. Suddenly, a wise old owl appeared, revealing the carriage's secret. It was a zero-emission vehicle, a gift from Mother Nature to protect the forest. Zippy realized the importance of harmony with nature. "Share this magic," the owl hooted. Zippy nodded, understanding the power of green choices. Like, subscribe and comment to support us.